Today we're going to change the piston out on a Kawasaki Kx250F. It's 2018. I haven't still filmed one of these yet, so hopefully this will be an education for everyone else who wants to do the same thing. We'll show you exactly how to do everything, and we've just set the timing mark. We set it first of all. We were slightly out because we weren't on the compression stroke, so the cam lobes are actually still down, which is, we want the cams to be at the top like that, so that there's no stress at all on the cams. Everything's nice and loose. The valves are all shut. It's ready to go. So we've set the timing marks on here. Let me just I'm going to just take you off and we'll show you the timing marks, because this bit is highly important. Let's make sure we can see exactly what's what. And then we can see the line. I'll just go up a bit. Let me just see what I'm doing. Just go that way. Where are we? There. There's a line goes through that piece there, and on here there's a dot there and dot there. They have to be at the top, and we're going to mark those with a little bit of paint from the cam chain onto those marks, so that when we come back to put the cam chain back on, we'll know exactly where it goes, because it's very, very important it goes exactly the right place on the camshaft. It saves a lot of time. You don't have to fart around and wonder if it goes there. If one tooth out is enough to wreck the engine, so it's got to be right. So if you just put a little bit, you'll see in a minute, I'll show you when we've done that one, just to put a little bit of paint on both the marks there and ready to go. And then we're going to do the tappets, because we might as well just check them first before we take the engine apart, because if we have to reshim it, then we will already know what we've got to do. So when we can buy the shims, when we put it back together, the shims are already with us. So we're going to do that. So it's just, I just got a little bit of white paint from an Airfix kit, and a little brush that came with it. The piston that we're taking out has done 9 hours. Some people turn up to 20. We changed it out at 9 purely for the fact that we want to just have it refreshed, because James, who rides the bike, my son James, he wants to race, so we want everything to be, we know that everything is 100% before we do that, because the service intervals on, if you're racing as opposed to practice, are completely different. They say if you're actually racing, you say you are a professional, you'll be changing that piston out after every hour. So most people get away with about 15 to 20 hours. But I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying what I've heard, and what David at Washbrook Farm, he's seen them at 20 hours and they've been perfect. Slight scoring on the piston, but you'd expect that. No problems whatsoever. So
that is...
So if you buy a second-hand one, if you don't know if the piston's been out or not, change it out. Don't trust it. Change it out.
0.15.
That's a 0.15, and it should be... Is that too small as well, Max? So that's tight as well, yeah?
Yeah, it should be 1.17.
Yeah, so that's too small as well. So that's too big now. So that wants a smaller shim in there as well. We'll work out exactly what size shim. Very lucky that we have a motocross track within 15 minutes of where we live.
.1 goes under, 0.13 doesn't. That's within tolerance.
So that one's fine.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
it's all less money. Seems to see roughly what he's trying to do.
.1 goes under. .13 doesn't, exactly the same.
So exactly, you can take that off, Max. It's got to come off anyway, mate. And just make sure that's kept in there. I'm going to see in there. Right, to time, because obviously we'll get the shims and we'll put them in there. We'll show that as well. So today, now we know we can't get the shims. We know we can't just put the piston in, but we can. Well, it's a lie. We get the piston in, but we can't put the cams back on. But we can get the piston in, so that's fine. Right. Okay. So the next is removing top cover, and it has to be done in a set sequence. And it shows you in the book exactly what sequence you've got to start doing all these. Oh, stop, tell a lie now. See, Max pointed out, and it's very important. Remove the camtain tensioner first, and the camtain tensioner has to come out in a specific way. Take this piece out, remove the rod. Right, Max, off you go, mate. Right, that zoomed in a little bit better. Okay. Yep, we're good.
Yep.
Okay, so remove him first, and it wants to be wound all the way out, Max. Because it does actually say in the manual, some people just take it halfway out, and you really don't want to do that because you'll damage the cam chain tensioners. We'll tell you the exact torque for putting all this back in when we start putting everything back together. We'll tell you exactly what the torques are for everything, because there's a nut there where you don't have to torque it back to its right tolerance. Did you want to get a tub for this cam chain tension and follow it?
Yeah, I've got a tub up there already.
Ah, good. Out he comes. And that's him.
That's spring, washer, pin.
Yeah, and it's on film, so we can have a look. Because as you can see, there's the bike there. There's the arse end of it. That's without the. And there's the back wheel is just here because we took the swing arm out. We filmed some of that.
Should that just pop out?
It should do. It should do. There we go. So obviously just got to give it a little bit because it's obviously there's quite a big fit in there. We'll reset that when we go to put it in. We'll show you how to reset the cam chain tensioner. You just literally there's a little piece on the side you press in and push it back in place. So that's that done.
Now we move to the top.
Now we go to the top and undo all the bolts on top, and they have to, like I said, they have to be done in a set sequence. I will put a picture in the film of the set sequence so you'll actually be able to see that.
It's got numbers on there. So.
Yeah, now. Like I said, don't worry about which one's Max doing. I will have that in the film. I'm going to put a picture because it shows you in there exactly which ones you got to do. So we'll do that. So don't worry about what he's doing now if you can't see it properly. I'm not the BBC. Right, they're all nice and loose, Max?
Yep.
Right, you can just wind them out now then, mate. Once the pressure's been taken off, there's no pressure anymore, then you can just wind them straight back out. It's just that initial when everything's still under that little bit of pressure. It's very important. I should imagine they're all the same length.
Got one different colour this side.
Yeah. Right, we'll take note of that the exhaust side, what is it, Max?
5.
Number 5 is a different colour.
One.
You can check the next one out, Max. Just make sure that
Yeah.
they're all exactly the same length. Otherwise, we'll be putting them in a piece of cardboard and writing it on it.
2.
Exactly the same. I should imagine they are. I can't see any reason why they shouldn't be.
It's a little longer.
Yeah, it's longer. That's why. Obviously, that's the reason why it's a different. It's not black. It's because it's actually longer. So that's important. That one goes back in its right place.
Right.
Right, so that cover should come off. I'll take a little bit of swading. If we put a bit of rag on this side here, Max, on there, and then put the screwdrivers in there just to help ease it a bit, but just put a bit of rag so it doesn't damage anything. Or a piece of kitchen towel for that matter. Yeah. So let me give you that. Yeah, mate. Just use that kitchen towel to stop it scuffing it at all. Come on, you sod. There we go. Take that one out and then make sure there's a little O seal in there, isn't there? Yeah, there is O-ring there. Right, we'll just keep all that together.